get the chairs. But before that, sir, just very important question. This one's to the director, Saab, and of course Prabhas, sir. They say there's a saying that painting the town red. But this time you painted the trains Radhe Shyam, and not just Delhi or Mumbai. It's in the entire country. We have these national trains from up north to down south, colored in the color of Radhe Shyam. Whose idea was it, sir?
I think the producers should answer that. They spent too much money on love story on me and the publicity, so I think Pramod sir is
Because it's only one reason, because he's darling Prabhas.
Now, father, sir. He's just nailed it. He's darling Prabhas. Of course, your fans, sir, jitne bhi darlings hain, let me tell you here. They've been, they are on social media. They've been waiting for this day. They're waiting for 11th March, and it is a short blockbuster.
We have been waiting for this for the last 8 months or 1 year.
So we'll take the chairs now, and we'll take the questions from the media. But before that, a quick photo op you want? Yeah, we'll have a quick photo op with this team. That's it. And we'll do the solos later, right? Yeah. Thank you.
प्रभास गारी वीडियो వేస్తానండి 1
Thank you so much. Now we have questions, right? Okay. We will do that. Beimani nahi. So we'll have the chairs and request the core cast to stay back. Thank you so much. Please, have a seat. All right, so now it's time for the Sawal Jawabs. And where do we start?
Hello. Pooja ji, on your left, hi. On your left and hi. So, आपने अपना हाथ दिखाया प्रभास जी को, अगर दिखाया तो उनका क्या रिएक्शन था?
ब्रो भाई
फिल्म में जो था कि बाहर फिल्म में इन जनरल हम एक्ट कर रहे हैं ना, लाइक ही डजंट नॉट एक्चुअली रीड इट, बट बाहर जो पंडित जी जो थे उन्होंने बोला कि मेरा फ्यूचर अच्छा है, तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी अबाउट दैट, और फिल्म हिट होगी, सो आई एम होपिंग.
प्रभास जी, हमने सुना है कि मिस्टर अमिताभ बच्चन नरेटर हैं, तो व्हाट वुड यू से अबाउट दैट?
So it was like great. You know about the voiceover which he gave? Yeah, it's everybody loves his voice, and I spoke to him and I said him later. So like sweetly he gave the voice. Very grateful. So it's very important dialogue, I think. It starts with dialogue and so I'm very grateful. We are all grateful to giving his voice.
भूषण जी, मेरा सवाल आपसे है. अभी तो सिनेमा के गंगूबाई के बाद अच्छे दिन आएंगे, लेकिन मुझे अच्छी तरह से याद है कि जब सूर्यवंशी के बाद कुछ बड़ी फिल्में फ्लॉप हुई, तब आपने एक दूसरे बड़े प्रोडक्शन हाउस के साथ डिसीजन लिया था कि आप फिल्में और बनाएंगे. तो उस समय जब सब लोग डिमोरलाइज थे, बट हम लोग भी एज अ जर्नलिस्ट डिमोरलाइज थे, तब आपको ऐसा कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों था कि आगे अच्छे दिन आएंगे?
देखिए, एंटरटेनमेंट इज नॉट ओनली लिमिटेड टू ओटीटी पे लिमिटेड नहीं होती है. लोगों को एंटरटेन होने के लिए आई थिंक थिएटर्स कभी हमारी ज़िंदगी से जा नहीं सकते, और उसी का रीज़न और वो एक कॉन्फिडेंस हम में एज टी सीरीज और हमारे स्टूडियो में था कि ये थिएटर्स 100% लोग वापस आएंगे और थिएटर्स में एंजॉय करेंगे, बिकॉज थिएटर्स इज नॉट ओनली वॉचिंग मूवीज, इट्स आउटिंग विच आप OTT पे आउटिंग नहीं कर सकते, OTT आप घर पे देखते हैं, तो एक फैमिली का आउटिंग होती है और उसके साथ एंटरटेनमेंट भी होती है, तो वी हैड दैट कॉन्फिडेंस फ्रॉम बिगनिंग, and that's why we have planned up all our films in theatrical release, जो कि कुछ OTT release हमने भी की थी और पूरी इंडस्ट्री भी कर रही थी, but now I'm very happy after the response of गंगूबाई के अब हमारी फिल्म भी नेक्स्ट आ रही है, we have a Jhund releasing a day after tomorrow, then we have Radhe Shyam, so I hope people will come to theaters and enjoy the films on a big screen.
हेलो, मेरा नाम हार्दिक है। मेरा सवाल मतलब प्रभास जी से है कि लाइक ज्योतिष विद्या को ना फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में 80% से ज़्यादा लोग मानते हैं, चाहे वो साउथ इंडस्ट्री हो चाहे वो बॉलीवुड हो, तो लेकिन मेरा मानना है कि कर्म सबसे मेन होते हैं, इम्पोर्टेंट होते हैं, तो आप लोग कितना बिलीव करते हैं इस पे, और अगर ये सच होता है तो आप लोग कितना काम कर सकते हैं इस पे?
Yeah, yeah, I believe in faith, destiny and all, but I never showed hand to anyone. When Radha told me the story, I thought like, oh, me promised. I never showed it to anyone. So, but the way it goes, it's between love and destiny, the fight. So, yeah.
हेलो प्रभात, योर सेंटर राहुल है फ्रॉम द फिल्मी चर्चा।
Hi.
हेलो, 3-4 सालों से बहुत सारा फर्क देखने को मिला है हमें। पहले ऑडियंस की नज़र में होता था ये टॉलीवुड एक्टर, ये बॉलीवुड एक्टर, ये टॉलीवुड फिल्म, ये बॉलीवुड फिल्म, लेकिन मेकर्स एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं। अब इंडियन सिनेमा और इंडियन एक्टर की मतलब बारी आ रही है, तो मेकर्स एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं, आपकी तरफ से और क्या एफर्ट देखने को मुझे मिलेगा, और आप क्या मतलब उम्मीद करते हैं और क्या बदलाव आएगा?
So it's a very good sign that India is becoming one, because the other countries like China, biggest industries like China or Hollywood, they have one language. We have 18 languages. So now we are becoming Indian cinema. Take like 5 years, everybody are experimenting in films. So you know, like Telugu songs, Hindi songs, Bahubali or RR, or you know, every film we are all trying to reach Indian audience. It takes another five years, I think, because every day it's an experiment. And we will make India's film, only Indian films after 5 years, I think, like as you said. And it's going to be, we want to be the biggest industry in the future.
Hi Prabhas, Shivani here from Times Now. You're right here. Okay, so my question is to you that now the Hindi audience basically has a perception that you are going to come in Hindi theatres only for action films. So would you want to change that perception? And the second question is to Pooja. That Pooja, we have seen all the romance when it comes to the women in the film. So do you also want to come to the action side of it?
Should I?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So, yeah. So, I like the films which I'm doing, like Purush or Nagi's project, here are like the biggest action films. Every 2-3 films, I want to try something different. In Telugu also, I was an action hero from my first film, but I did Darling and Mr. Perfect, which both they were big hits, and I don't want the audience to get bored or fixate like that. I can do only action. There is action in Radhe Shyam, but you know, not shum shum, but we have action. You can see the visuals and all. So yeah, I don't want the audience to get bored of it, so I want to try something.
You know, I honestly think that we have seen love stories and we have some iconic love stories with DDLJ and all of that. But I also feel that we, as an audience, sometimes want to see more love stories which aren't happening. Some opening, which is why Kabir Singh did really well, you know. So I hope that with this film also people enjoy the love aspect of it. And when it comes to the action, I would say just wait for my next announcement. That's all I'm gonna say. But very excited. I definitely want to, do something with action because I feel that as a young girl, I look up to women who have played major action sequences and done roles like that where she's been the badass of the film, and growing up I've seen that, I've loved it, and I hope that through my choices in my films, I could probably inspire another little Pooja. So I hope that happens very soon. And but it will. Just give me a few months for my next announcement.
Hi, congratulations to the entire team. The teaser, the trailer, everything is excellent, excellent. Just to add an extension to the question what one of my colleague had asked, प्रभास जी कभी किसी लड़की को impress करने के लिए पामिश आप बने थे? It could be Bhushan also.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, but I don't know. Pooja, कभी आपने कुछ अभी इस तरह से किया है क्या कॉलेज डेज में या कभी किसी
मैं तो definitely we did. Maybe. Yeah, I saw Pooja's hand in the film. Yeah.
भूषण जी आपसे क्या बात है कभी आप कभी कोई लड़की को इम्प्रेस करने के लिए हो सकता है बहुत बार इस तरह से कॉलेजेस में हम लोग ट्राई करते थे एक लड़की का हाथ पकड़ना हो तो यू बिकम अ पामिस्ट एक्चुअली नहीं आई हैव नेवर ट्राइड दैट प्रमोद वाज टेलिंग मी ही हैज ट्राइड एक्चुअली टोल्ड मी ना
हेलो पूजा योर सेंटर राहुल हियर मेरा सवाल ये था आपसे कि प्रभास के साथ काफी वक्त बिताया अपने शूटिंग के दौरान कुछ ऐसा जो ऑडियंस नहीं जानती है फैंस नहीं जानते हैं प्रभास के बारे में आप बताइए
I think like the image is that he's a shy person, but I think he's actually if he warms up to the people and like around his friends, he's actually a fun person and very jovial is what I would say. So that's what people do.
Hi Prabhas. Hi. Thank you for following up. Congratulations.
Hello.
Promo, I think it's outstanding. My question to you is that we are witnessing, I think, a superb change in a way. That the mainstreaming of South cinema, I think it's a beautiful experience for almost everyone. It's no more considered as a regional cinema. And the way, in a way, it's like a benchmark in terms of be it box office, be it technical achievements as well as writing. Do you think this change had to come one way or the other? Because it's truly spectacular.
Yeah, it should come, I feel. Maybe it started with Bahubali or Rajmouli or whoever, but I think we should make an Indian film. It's time. And it has come.
Do you think Radhe Shyam is one film that can truly go maybe because the theme is truly universal?
Yeah, the theme which I select, like I try to make, everybody are trying to make Indian films, north, south, east, west, so I had an Indian, like to make Indian film. So it is an Indian film, it's like love, destiny, fate, everybody believes in it around the country, around the world also. So, yeah.
Hi Prabhas. Hi Prabhas, this is Radhe from ABP News Channel. After Bahubali, Pushpa became a film which crossed 100 crore mark in northern region in Hindi belt. How do you see the success of Pushpa, which was released recently, which starred Allu Arjun in it? How do you see the success of that?
So like we are getting closer, like we are making Indian films, like yeah. So that's now Bahubali did, then KGF did, Pushpa. Now we are getting closer to make Indian films more. Maybe a year in future we might release some 50 Indian films. So that's very good sign. We want to become world's one of the biggest industries once it happens.
होय पार्टी
Hello, hi Prabhas, Neha this side from Master.
आपल्या पुढे पण ते लोक आहेत.
अरे ते नाही दिसत तुझं डोकं दिसतं
प्रभास ये
ते
फिल्म
लोक
जो
आहेत
है
ना.
राजा मौली जो है
माझ्यामध्ये ते
वो
लोक
direct
आहेत ना.
किया है उन्होंने
पार्टीवर
एक
फोटो
बाहुबली
नाही
के
काढत.
सुपर सक्सेस के बाद उनके साथ कोलैबोरेशन उस पर क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
Yeah, I don't know when Rajamouli does, but definitely we'll do something. And yeah, we are friends, so I can ask him. I don't ask him; he won't tell me. But we had a small plan, but I don't know when it happens. I'll let you know.
Hi, Prabhas, this side, center.
Hi.
This film is kind of different than your films which we have watched. According to you, what do you think? What will attract your audience most? Is it you being in the film, or is it the story? What will attract the most to your fans?
Any stars, like any actor or stars, they really the film runs only because of writer and director. Then only I think each stars or actors can make it bigger, like the opening or something. But film can run only by the story or the direction.
राइट एंड एक डायलॉग है फिल्म में कि यू नो प्यार को लेकर आपका प्रेडिक्शन इस बार गलत है वेल कितनी बार ऐसा हुआ है कि प्यार को लेकर आपका प्रेडिक्शन गलत हुआ है रियल लाइफ में
बहुत बार हुआ है, that's why they can hire it.
एंड पूजा आपसे एक सवाल ये है कि यू नो वी नो यू आर वेरी वर्सेटाइल इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्टिंग बट टॉकिंग अबाउट राधे श्याम कितनी वर्सेटाइलिटी आपको दिखाने का मौका मिला है इस फिल्म
You know, I feel like sometimes the script supports you, and I think this time the character has helped me kind of portray another version of myself, even as a new Pooja, I would say. And it was great that I got to do a commercial film, which was a love story where the girl had a very strong character. You know, I had to like, so I prepped a lot for it. She's fun, she's strong-headed, she's very much a girl of today, even though the film is set in, I would say 80s, 70s, yeah, in that era. So I'm very excited because I hope you'll like what I have done with the role. It has been, like I said, one of my most challenging roles, and on such a big scale. I hope you'll love it.
पूजा है प्रशांत आपने बोला ज्योतिषी को आपने हाथ दिखाया और उन्होंने कहा आपकी movie बहुत अच्छी है, तो उन्होंने ये भी बताया था कि आपको सिर्फ सुपरस्टार्स के साथ ही काम करना है, प्रभास, सलमान, रणवीर सिंह, और या ये भी बोला कि इसके अलावा आप गंगूबाई काठियावाड़ी जैसे कैरेक्टर भी करें.
Sanjay sir, if you're watching this, please give me the chance. But इतनी बुरी बात तो नहीं है, मतलब अगर हम सुपरस्टार्स के साथ काम
मैंने कहा तो अच्छी बात है,
अच्छी बात है. I have also not worked with
आमिर
superstars.
शाहरुख के साथ भी करना.
I haven't also, if you look at my filmography, but I think it's now about picking the right. I think it's about picking the right characters, and I think that I've reached that stage where I feel like it's, you know, I want to be challenged as an actor. Besides doing the commercial films also, which I am, and this is like the perfect amalgamation of both, I would say, because you know, there's a scope for performance and it's a commercial film at the same time. So I hope you like it, and I hope I keep working with superstars, and you know, they say that sangat अच्छा हो तो फिर वो कभी ना कभी तो वो that it rubs off on you. So I hope that the superstardom of my co-stars also rub off on me.
एक चीज और ऐड करना चाहूंगा, हर एक्टर के साथ काम करने का एक चैलेंज होता है, तो प्रभास के साथ काम करने का क्या चैलेंज आपको लगा और उन्होंने क्या रबाव, अपनी स्टारडम कितनी रबाव किया आपके साथ?
I think the challenge has been with his fans because they are so passionate about him, the darling fans, that अगर कुछ if there was no update coming from the team, they used to bombard me on my Instagram and my Twitter saying that please Radhe Shyam update, Radhe Shyam update. So I think my challenge has been with that, but it's amazing to have such passionate fans.
Hi.
Is this film inspired from Titanic? We call it an Indian Titanic. How much was it?
No, there's just a ship in the climax.
Adding to that, I had the same kind of question, Rasool, especially I want to ask you, yeah.
Yes, please.
You have seen and heard the international level also now here, somewhere Titanic kind of feeling even I got. So where will you rate the audio section over here? And what is so special about Prabhas and Pooja when it comes to audio level? Their particular, any favorite thing about their audio?
Actually, I should say this, it's very pompous, but when I actually saw the first cut, I told Radha, I call him India's James Cameron. Radha James Cameron is what I generally call him in my messages and all that. I said the climax is bigger than Titanic. The way it has been done, I mean, I don't want to break all the Q factor of the film. That's what I genuinely felt. So it posed me a huge challenge. See again,
it's a love story. Titanic was also a love story. Comparisons are going to come, but don't compare it. I'm saying this is more of a La La Land, I would say. You know, for me personally. And when you deal with films like this, and you want to make it international, like yesterday when we were watching the reels with Prabhas, he was actually saying it's sounding international. You know, it's looking international. It's but at the same time, it is a love story that comes from Indian cinema. You know, like Faridun said, you know, you talked about Indian cinema. Now you're talking about Indian cinema. Actually, historically, it is wrong. There were a lot of South Indian films have had Indian actors from the north, and South Indian film was actually identified as Indian cinema. And if you look at the 70 years of India's cinematic history, and it's that just in the last 20 years which is forgotten. If you put together Tamil cinema, Telugu cinema, Malayalam cinema put together, no, it's much bigger than Hindi cinema. We just didn't know about it. You know, their overseas openings, you know, put everybody else to shame. I mean, if you look at it. So actually, what pandemic has done is just leveled it. You know, now we know the other languages are there. Like Prabhas was saying, we are like more than, you know, how many languages we have. We have as many industries. You know, we just don't recognize it. You know, then we are the only one country. If you look at Europe, you know, you only talk about UK, French cinema, Polish cinema, a little bit of other language cinema. But when we talk about India, India is bigger than Europe, and the number of industries that we have is more than 15. As in industry that is working is more than 15. Europe doesn't have that kind of numbers, and you know, so we have, because we have our own stories, our own language, our own literature. You know, so Radhe Shyam come from the core of Indian cinema. You know. So even if you know you see visuals of that kind, and you know, because the film is set in Europe, because that's what the basic tenet of the story is that's why it is set in Europe. It's not that we want to compete with Titanic or make it like that, or you know, go one step ahead of it. But the story demanded that it be set in Europe in the 70s, and so we are just coming together. I mean, the Indian audience is coming together. I mean, that's what the pandemic has done to us. Post-pandemic, we have identified as one people through Indian cinema. I mean, that is the core of, you know, Indian cinema has done in the last 2.5 years.
At the same time, the speciality of their voices.
The second part of the question was very interesting. I want to know the answer.
What was the second part of the question?
The speciality of their voices.
See,
you are a doctor for your audio.
See, I never knew Pooja speaks Hindi, you know. So when I heard her dubbing, I was like, wow, she speaks Hindi? Oh, come on. And what's the other?
I speak Telugu also now.
Okay, I mean, they did it on their own, and they worked really hard. I mean, of course, because of the pandemic, we couldn't go to commercial dubbing studios, so we created our own studio. They came there and they worked day in, day out, you know, and they made it happen. And I see they are very, Prabhas, especially to talk about Prabhas, he's very concerned how he's reaching out, you know. There is, I mean, as an actor who is identified with Bahubali, and you have this Rajasthan-like image, but he's doing a love story, you know, and he comes, I mean, look at similarly, he comes to the studio and say that, don't treat me like Bahubali, you know, I'm not, in this film, I'm different, so treat me like the character. Very rarely you have actors from North speaking like that. I'm very proud of him, you know. They are, except barring a few actors from North, they see only themselves. And here I see an actor, a pan-India actor, much bigger than, you know, anybody that you can name, comes to the studio, listen to his sequences and say that, don't treat me like this is wrong, you know, treat me like the character that I am. And that's, you know, again goes back to one of the things that he said, I can only give an opening, you know, the film runs or don't run is because of my character worked, or the director worked, the story worked, is because of that. And Pushpa is a perfect example of that, you know. And they are actors who give themselves to the story and the director. And that is one quality I would say our North actors to imbibe from them. Thank you.
We take one last question, right?
Hi, myself Dipesh Pandey. हेलो माय सेल्फ दीपेश पांडे फ्रॉम दैनिक जागरण मेरा सवाल प्रोड्यूसर्स एंड डायरेक्टर्स से है कि जब आपकी फिल्म में हीरो का नाम विक्रमादित्य है, हीरोइन का नाम प्रेरणा है, बट फिल्म का नाम राधे श्याम कैसे रखा, क्यों रखा?
So yeah, that's a good question. See, regarding palmistry has been like what I read was like there's a king called Vikramaditya who popularized palmistry around India and around the world. So I took an inspiration of the name from that. And Prerna, the meaning of Prerna is, I think you'll all understand that. So why I named her Prerna is like once you watch the film, you'll understand it. And coming back to why I named it Radhesham, like is there any classical love story in India like bigger than Radhesham, Radha and Krishna? And I felt that that's the right thing to do. And like I would like to add some an answer to a few of the questions. Like, so this film is based on it's a love story. The concept is astrology. And coming to astrology, if you take astrology, like either we believe it or we don't believe it. Only there are two categories. And this is the most age-old question. Like I've been like reading about this question in like 500-year-old scriptures as well. Like, is it true or not? But if something is not true, it has to extinct. But it is not. Why is that happening? And the other thing is like, do we have a logical conclusion to palmistry or astrology or whatever it is? We cannot come with a sentence with that. So the question is like, people who believe in it will question their belief system. People who don't believe in it, they'll relook at this issue in a different way once again. And I think Radhesham is a film to fall in love with and to understand an aspect, an age-old question as well.
Hello, Prabhas. Hi, Prabhas, you're right.
Hi.
On your left, on your left.
Sorry.
Hi. How much do you believe in astrology? And second question is, who has been your inspiration in Hindi films? Any hero, any film? Who has been your inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, I like Salman and Shahrukh. Amitabh Bachchan sir, though, is a legend and everybody loves him. So, yeah.
Do you believe in astrology?
No, actually that's why I told us. So like 70. Yeah, the answer. No, okay, yeah, I never believed.
Prabhas, do you agree? Yeah. Welcome to Mumbai. Prabhas, do you agree that with Bahubali you opened the route to the Tollywood industry and now it's doing very well? Your answer to
So
this.
actually, writers and director opened. I think I was part of it. So yes, actually, Bahubali started to open a lot of things. Yeah.
And do you, you just said that star and actors, you know. So I want to ask, do you agree that for a film to run successfully, a star is needed, you know? And what do you consider yourself as a star or as an actor?
What do you think? I'm starting. Okay, whatever. Okay, both one day. So yeah, I didn't do Radhe Shyam as an actor. I just wanted the audience. I want to entertain audience in a different way. So I'm not like very keen about awards. Maybe after 10 years I don't know how I'm not so keen about awards. So.
Thank you so much.
Last question. Last question.
Thank you for my fans.
No, sir, last question.
మధ్యలో మేము బాహుబలిలో ఒక 6-pack మీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ చూసినాము. ఇప్పుడు రాధేశ్యామ్లో అయితే అసలు లేదని తెలుస్తుంది మనకి. ఆది పురుషులో వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉన్న ఫుల్ బాడీ 6-pack.
Yeah, we'll talk about that push later, sir. Yeah, we'll talk about.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Address my fans. They're really. I want to thank my.
Would like to